Hello, car lovers driving the 2024 Toyota RAV4 Trail. This is the more rugged version with the higher towing capacity. We've done a lot of RAV4s. Ross has a hard-on for the RAV4. He finds it's probably his favorite vehicle on a personal level, so we get a lot of these on the channel. But you know what? It's also the favorite of a lot of customers. This is probably the most sold, or one of the most sold vehicles in all of Canada. And why not? It responds to so many of the needs of the buyers. Now, we're living in Quebec here. Ross made a remark on the French version that because of all sorts of reasons, Quebecers' budgets are increasingly being squeezed. They would like more this type of vehicle. They're buying a little bit more of the subcompacts. Let's look at what makes this vehicle so desirable, and I'm going to talk a little bit about where it sits amongst its competitors. Well, the exterior styling of this vehicle is very clever. I love the color. It screams outdoorsy. I think, you know, when you make a vehicle, such a good vehicle, you kind of like make variations of it to fit the different niche clienteles. And this is certainly for the outdoorsy, more rugged clientele. When you look at the wheels, when you look at the space between the fender and the wheel, you can just imagine this vehicle taking the large bumps on broken roads. We're trying it right now on the Trail of Montreal. It's working very fine. It's very high off the ground. This is very good for our winters. There's the obligatory four-wheel drive. Don't talk to a Quebecer if there's no four-wheel drive. They just, I want four-wheel drive. There's still winters here. There's going to be winters for a long time. Nice exterior. Doesn't look too big. And Ross made the excessively sharp remark that I have not heard anybody else say. The RAV4, it's got kind of like that, what the previous CR-V generation did a little bit, that vibe of where it doesn't look that big on the outside, but on the inside, it is pretty darn roomy for the exterior appearance, right? A few reviews of the RAV4, and I never heard anybody say that. I know I never made that remark, and it's a good remark. So very convenient on that level, right? On the inside, this is where things are getting, I would say, a little bit old, but it affects a little bit less the niche buyer of the outdoorsy type of vehicle, because I see the same thing in Subaru interiors. This is a very simplistic interior. It is way behind its competitors in terms of the aesthetic, luxurious, eye-catching quality. However, it's a two-tone color. There's a little bit of orange stitching here. It feels kind of upgrade Toyota Corolla here, which is not really what you want. For $43,000, which is a decent price, but they had to cut somewhere. I mean, you're not going to get full reliability, compact SUV, beautiful, and all the options for $10,000 less than everyone else, right? You've got to make cuts. You've got to cut everywhere, right? So where did they not cut? You get the Softex leather seats. I'm not a fan of Toyota seats. It feels very concave. After 45 minutes, half an hour, my back gets all effed up. Ross doesn't feel that way, so it's a mixed bag on that level. But the seats, the Softex leather feels pretty good. A high quality taxi type material if you want, and that's fine. Rugged, right? You can get it dirty and wash it. It feels the same thing for all the other materials. It's soft touch, but it's not high quality, but it feels so durable. All right, easy to clean. So I think that's good on that level. But you do feel, in terms of just raw luxury, you're behind the competitors. Same thing with the infotainment. You feel you're behind the competitors. This is a smallish screen. It's not color. I remember when this thing came out, it wasn't color. So you do get nav, but you don't get the high-end sound system. You get a volume knob, small buttons, and relatively ease of use because of low functionality. And that's what I have to say about that. Certainly doesn't feel 2024. This dash certainly doesn't feel 2024. It feels very 2019, and not at the head of the pack in that case either. So this very utilitarian layout has the advantage of being hyper easy to use for the core tasks. Turning up and down the temperature here, very easy. Fan speed, very easy. Buttons. If you want to change drive modes, very easy. Parking brake, very easy. This is such an easy interior to get along with. All right, so very good on that level. Lots of space in front, lots of space in back. The key qualities of this type of vehicle: sitting high up, good visibility, relatively good visibility, I would say. You have a sunroof here, boom. So you know Toyota's taking care of you. A dual zone climate control, which I find is a must-have at this price. I mean, especially everybody I get into a car with has a different body temperature, it seems, almost than I do. So there's always a difference. You don't get the ventilated seats, but you do get the heated seats, right? You get the driving aids, which is very important for the stop and go traffic here in Montreal, Canada, and the suburbs, and in fact everywhere in Quebec. I mean, I'm driving the 15 for nearly 30, 40 kilometers every day of my life from Montreal, and it's endless construction. There's endless construction. A, things take forever. 2, nothing ever gets done. So what does that happen? You're always in stop and go, even when you're on the highway. These driving aids are so helpful. Clearly, when I see somebody buying a RAV4, in my head, I see intelligent purchase. I see somebody who's reasonable, who's buying the thing for the sound personal finances. Imagine if you have a family, you have 2 kids, one is 8 years old, the other one is 4 years old, you buy this vehicle. Well, in 10, 15 years, you're still owning it. You're done paying for it. You've been saving your money like a champ. And it can become a gift for one of your children. I mean, or you can sell it very cheaply to them, or somebody in the family you care about. I mean, this is the kind of vehicle that gives even after you're done with it, because it's just so damn reliable. And there's a Canadian reviewer who calls it the Bank of Toyota. That is I wish I would have thought of it. It's the best liner I've ever heard in terms of what people feel about Toyota. So if you're willing to live with this, I would say, not up-to-date interior, but in the version of the Trail somehow is well suited for that niche buyer, the Trail buyer. This vehicle has no real flaws. What you see is what you get. And, you know, there's something to be said. You know, we have a lot of thieves in Canada stealing cars right now, and it doesn't appear to be a priority for anyone. It's never anyone's fault. It's not local police's fault. It's not national police's fault. It's not at the port. It's no one's fault. So what are the thieves going for? Well, they go for the best, right? They'll take the best first, and they're taking the RAV4s. I recommend it on the purchase brand new. Ross made the remark on used, they're very expensive. So just buy it brand new and keep it. And if you want to lease it, that's fine. But I'm certainly of the opinion that you should be buying this over 5 years. And once you're done paying for it, you keep it for another 5 years with 0 payments, like a boss. And that is the review. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course, you should subscribe. And that is it.